My name's Annie Longsworth. I'm the CEO of Saatchi and Saatchi S, which is a wholly owned division within Saatchi that is dedicated to sustainability consulting, engagement, and communication. Our goal at Saatchi and Saatchi S is to make sustainability irresistible. So it's a very emotional kind of approach to sustainability, especially in a very technical world that we're living in today. But we work with companies like Coca-Cola and AT&T and sort of big global Fortune 100 companies to help with their strategy and help make it real and authentic, and also to communicate it to their stakeholders. We also work with startup, clean tech, energy, consumer-oriented companies that are actually trying to change how we do things and how how consumers behave, basically. We believe that business has a responsibility to create positive change, and especially right now, the clients that we're working with really see that opportunity, and things can't happen as quickly as many people want them to, and especially as quickly as some consumers want them to. But when you're working with a company that is truly committed to long-term change, it's really cool to see how those steps happen and how the pieces start to come together. All of Saatchi S's clients understand climate change and global warming as a threat to their business. They probably wouldn't be working with us if they didn't realize that that's something they need to address as a business strategy. And most of the bigger organizations we work with have a carbon reduction goal as one of their, 3 or 4 pillars of commitment to 2020 goals, for example. And so when we start talking to them about their carbon strategy, we try to present them with a variety of options. How are you going to address this? And we don't get into the technical pieces as much as what partnerships do you need to form, where's the credibility, and what's going to be the most effective result for the company that also aligns with the brand. So REDD becomes one of those choices. What I think is really cool about REDD that I've learned more about today is that it's almost taking the shift from corporate social responsibility to corporate shared value, and it's applying that in this more nonprofit world. So it's really giving ownership of communities back to the community. And unlike some of the other programs where it's more of just a purchase of an offset, that's really interesting. I think it's really interesting. So that the idea that people are paid to protect their land rather than utilize or destroy their land, I find really interesting. The conversation that's happening today and that is happening around the world about carbon emissions has almost become a no-brainer, I think, for companies who at least have accepted that they have to make these changes. And if they're not at that level of awareness, then I think they are going to have a bigger threat than climate change to their business. They are not going to be around to actually continue doing what they're doing. So fundamentally, I think they need to pay attention to this, not only because of the leadership opportunity it presents, but also for the longevity of their organization. They have a responsibility to pay attention to what's going on in their world and their communities. Many of the organizations we work with see the cost savings, but when you start looking at carbon reduction strategies, you actually see the potential for profit. So we're looking at it from both sides of the same coin. From what I understand about REDD+, it has the potential not only to help organizations, corporations satisfy their goals around carbon reduction, but also has that added bonus of creating new opportunities within communities that are really in desperate need of change in order to keep themselves healthy and vibrant and bring equal opportunity, social opportunity to all the members of their community. I've learned more about REDD+ today than I have before, and I'm really curious about it, and I'm excited by it, and I've been fascinated by what everybody's shared with us today. So my next move is to just learn more and find out if my clients are already engaged.